This is Practice It Java Edition 5, Exercise 5.3, toBinary. The problem reads to write a method named toBinary that accepts an integer as a parameter and returns a string of that number's representation in binary. For example, the call of toBinary of 42 should return the string 101010. So for this, we need to first write our method header. So to do that, we do public and static, which has been in every method header. And then we want to see if we're returning something. Looks like we are. We're returning a string. So we're going to do public static string. And then our name, of course, toBinary. Oops. And then our parameter is one integer. So I'm gonna name it int n, like so, in our parameters. And one method to do this, one very simple method, is to use Java's built-in toBinary method. So we can do return integer.toBinary of n, toBinary string of n, and then if we press submit, that should work. But the other way to do this, which is probably more useful for learning, is to do the way to actually calculate and get the binary string given an integer. To do that, we're going to be constantly dividing it by 2 and using the remainder because the remainder of 2 can give a number divided by 2, the remainder can only be 1 or 0. This will be able to give us the binary string. That's just a way to get the binary string using a number. So first we need a string that we're going to be returning. So I'm going to name a string s, and then this is just going to be 0 or nothing. And we want to have a while loop. So we're going to be constantly divided by 2. So n is going to be greater than 0 until it gets to 0, and then we can't continue on from 0. So because we're constantly divided by 2, let's just put that first. So n is going to be divided by 2 each time. And then, like I said, we're going to be putting the remainder of n and 2 and onto the string, onto the binary string. So we want to have s equal to n mod 2, so this will be the remainder, plus the current string s. So we're going to be putting the remainder at the front of the string constantly instead of the back of the string, like we have seen in other places. And then we want to do return s. And one case that we haven't done is when n is equal to 0, because that means we should be printing 0. But here we will print nothing, or we will return nothing, because n is equal to 0, so this loop will not run. So we need to first have the case that if n is equal to 0, then return the string 0, like so. And if you press submit, that also works as well. So this method is probably better than the method that just uses the Java's built-in function, because this will help you learn more about converting to binary and stuff.